Hi everyone, I thought I'd bring you this video to show you a few exercises you can do every day that help you to feel a bit more balanced, connected, centered, grounded. Doing these with nice long slow breaths is always really nice, and some of these, if you've had a balance with me in kinesiology, you might recognize some of the points that I'm doing and some of the movements and things we're doing. So first thing, we're going to flush what's called the central vessel. So this starts at the perineum and goes right up to the chin there. So you flush it up and down a few times and then flush it away. So we're just kind of trying to clear that energy in that meridian. And then we have the governing meridian, which is from the tailbone all the way up the spine, up and over, and comes to about here. And so nice to have someone else to do this one for you, but otherwise, if I sort of do my own, I can almost touch going up and down, and then I'm going to go in the one direction from the start all the way up and over to the finish, and just flush that a few times. Okay. And then the next thing we do is a couple of movements we do that is called switching. So we'll start with top bottom. So this is the top of the lips there, just there, and the bottom of the lips. And then we've got that two fingers here at the navel. And this is that's what's called CV8. It's one of the central vessel acupressure points. So we're rubbing the top and bottom here. And so this is when you can't stop sort of thinking about something, or you feel a certain way all the time, but you don't know why. And then we switch hands and we keep rubbing. It can also be really good to help us if we're feeling a little bit nervous, or if we're finding difficulty in relationships, or, we're feeling like our temperament is a little bit out. So that's the top bottom switching. Next we have the left right. So these points just here are part of the kidney meridian, and these are called kidney 27s. So we're going to rub them like that. The other hand is at the navel at CV8. So this helps to balance the logic and gestalt, the left and right sides of the brain. And that can be when we're finding it difficult or we keep changing our mind, changing our decisions, turning left when you mean to go right, literally and figuratively, or you're just feeling confused. And then we switch hands and keep going with that. And it can also be, like when we're feeling like we're only seeing the logic in things and we can't push past that, we're feeling quite rigid, or we're feeling too creative. So we're either too much on the left side of the brain or too much on the right. And then lastly, we do what we call front-back switching. So for this one, you have one hand at the navel, and we're going to rub the tailbone, which kind of looks a bit funny, but we go right down low and rub that tailbone. So this can be when we're stuck in the past, we're repeating the same patterns, just generally stuck in life, or the same sort of things are always triggering us, or we make the same sort of poor choices, like with partners or family problems or work issues, things like that, and we find we can't move forward. So we change sides, again, just rubbing that tailbone. And so this is central vessel 8, this one is GV1, so that's that point at the beginning of the governing meridian. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to march. So you're marching left and right, all right, and then we do the same side, same arm, same leg. Might feel a bit weird. And then come back to going one arm, one leg. And then you might like to add a little bit of a side movement there, tapping behind, or even little jumping jacks, star jumps. But then always finish up with the correct way of marching, opposite arm to leg. So that's helping to bring that balance in the brain. And then you might just finish off with another bit of flushing. And then lastly, we're just going to hold the ESD points, so these emotional stress diffusion points on the forehead, and then holding in the back of the brain here near the occiput. And this is just about bringing our forebrain on board, our prefrontal cortex, where we can think logically, think sensibly, and be able to think things through, quite literally, instead of being in the survival brain. So just take a few deep breaths here. You might like to incorporate the physiological sigh here. So a big breath in and then a little sip, and then nice long out breath. Inhale through the nose. Another quick sip. And then a long out breath through the mouth. Let's do one more. Inhale. And you should have yourself a beautiful day. See you later.